All right, so the applications that are in that section, it's formulas you don't come up with. They're given for you. You just have to know how to manipulate them. So remember last section, we talked about evaluating functions. In fact, that's one of the worksheets you have to turn in today, where you have to evaluate some functions. That's what this is. So the functions are given, you're just evaluating them and interpreting what you found. So number one, so it says a water balloon is catapulted into the air so that its height h, which is in meters, after t seconds is given by this function. So h of t equals negative 4.9 t squared plus 27t plus 2.4. And then you want to find and interpret 2.1, h of 2.1. All right, you need your calculator with this. So first of all, the function h of t is negative 4.9 t squared plus 27t plus 2.4. And then again, you want to find h of 2.1. Now that part you could have done from a previous worksheet. So if I'm asking you to find h of 2.1, what is it that you've got to do?
Plug 2.1
Into what?
in.
Into t. So everywhere you see a t, you're going to plug in 2.1. All right, so you just go ahead and do that. So I have negative 4.9 times in parentheses 2.1, but that's being squared, plus 27 times 2.1 plus 2.4. And then you can use your calculator and you type in whatever you see from left to right. And so I have negative 4.9 times in parentheses 2.1, close the parentheses, and I'm squaring it, plus 27 times in parentheses 2.1, close parentheses, and then plus 2.4. If you did this correctly, you should have gotten 37.491. Now that's what I got, so I could have made it in the error, but did anyone else get that?
And we just thought it was 4.9.
Okay.
And then we put parentheses.
All right, so did anyone else get that? Okay. All right, so that's h of 2.1. Now it says interpret that. So remember, what does that 2.1 represent? The time. It represents time, t. T is in time. But the 2.1 is 2.1, and what's the units? No, what's the units for time? Seconds. Time is seconds. Okay? What does h represent? Height. And what are the units for height?
Meters.
Meters. You've got to be looking at your sheet, guys, right? All right. So here's the way you can interpret this. In a Math Lab, they're going to ask you to interpret, although it will be multiple choice in my Math Lab in regards to the interpretation. So you'll say after 2.1 seconds, the height of the ball, this is a ball, balloon, the height of the balloon reaches what? 37.491 meters. Okay, so that's the interpretation. So after 2.1 seconds, the height of the ball reaches 34.491 meters. Okay, all right, number two. Number two, this time you're told that a small independent motion picture company determines the profit P, so P is profit, for producing in DVD copies of a recent release is given by this function. And again, you're told P is a profit and it's in thousands of dollars, okay? And N is in thousands of units. So P is in thousands of dollars and N is in thousands of units. And then the question is find and interpret P of 3. Find and interpret P of 3. So let me write down the function. So P of N is this function. and you want to find P of 3. Okay? All right, now, what does P stand for?
Profit. and
Profit. Profit, though, right? And it's and what are the units for profit?
Thousands of dollars.
Thousands of dollars. That's what it is. Thousands of dollars. N represents what?
Units.
Units. And it is in what?
Thousands.
Thousands. Okay, so let me remind you the word thousands that's denoted here. So you see that 3, that doesn't mean that I'm producing 3 units. That means I'm producing what?
3,000.
3,000 units. That's what that means. Okay? So don't plug in 3,000, you plug in 3, because they tell you the function in is understood to be in thousands. All right, so that represents really 3,000 units. Okay, so let's plug this in. So I get negative 0.02 times 3 squared plus 3.4 times 3 minus 16. And just use your calculator. Now, it's very easy to even though you wrote all this correctly, it's very easy to use your calculator incorrectly. So you need to be careful. So that's negative 0.02 times 3 squared plus 3.4 times 3 minus 16. What'd y'all get?
3.4. Oh, yeah, -5.98.
Negative 5.98? All right, so,
I got negative. Yo, yeah, I got the same.
yeah, so,
5.98. Look at me.
so basically the interpretation would be after producing 3,000 units, so don't just say 3 units. If you remember, it's 3 what? It's not 3 units, it's 3 what? 1,000, because you're told that N is in thousands. So after producing 3,000 units, you're actually losing money, right? Because it's negative. So your profit is negative, you're losing money.
Right.
So the profit
You don't have a problem.
represents a loss. Represents a loss of 5.98 what? Is it $5.98?
Thousand.
$5.98,000. Right. So it is possible in business to produce too many things. It could be that people are not buying that many. So there's always a balance you got to make. If I produce too many, I'm probably not going to sell that many. So your profit becomes a loss at some point. All right, but that's what that means. So after producing 3,000 units, the profit represents a loss of so it's almost $6,000, right? That's what that is. 5.98 is about 6, which is $6,000. Okay, number 3. All right, so number 3, you have that the cost of producing X coolers, number 3, the cost of producing X coolers is modeled by this equation. And you want to find the cost of producing 100 coolers. All right, so here's the equation. Here's the function. C of x equal 0.005x squared minus 0.3x plus 17. So what is it you want to find? But what is it you want to find? The cost of what?
Producing 100 coolers.
Okay, so how do you write that? You write it as C of what? 100.
100.
All right. So notice in the previous two, I told you I want you to find H of 2.1, right? I told you I want to find P of 3, but here I don't say anything like that. You have to see that when it says find the cost of producing 100 coolers, that means you want to find C of 100. So that's what you've got to find, C of 100.
Hmm.
All right? So that's what you have to, first of all, write. So wherever you see the variable x, what do you plug in? 100. All right, and then just use your calculator. So you get 0.005 times 100 squared minus, I forgot to put 100 here, that's 100, minus 0.3 times 100 plus 17. Now, I'm assuming I did not make an error. Did y'all get 37?
37.
All right. So the cost of producing, so remember, C of X stood for this. That's the cost of producing X coolers, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what's the cost of producing 100 coolers?
37.
$37. So the cost of producing 100 coolers is $37. Now that's the cost. Now remember, when they sell it to you at a very huge markup, right?
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, it's 45,
So they got to make a profit off of
40.
this.
Especially those, what are they called? Yeti. You already
Yeah, the Yeti's probably about $2 to make, and they sell it to you for 100. All right, number 4. All right, so let's look at this function. So the function f of x, which equals negative 0.2x plus 1, represents the percent of battery power remaining x hours after you turn on the laptop computer. Determine the percent of battery power remaining after 3.2 hours of turning the laptop on. So what is it you got to find?
You have to find the remaining.
What is it you're going to tell? What is you going to write? What is you got to find?
the percent of battery.
What is it you got to find, guys?
Determine the percent of battery power remaining. after
I
3.2
wanted
hours.
you to say you got to find f of 3.2.
No. You gotta find x of 3.2. Yeah.
No, not find x of 3.2, find f of 3.2. The same thing with number 3. Y'all didn't, not a single person in here used number 3 to help you with number 4. Not a single person. And as the same question number 3, what did you got to find in number 3? I asked you that. You had to find C of 100. And I asked the same question number 4. Y'all not making those connections, guys. On the math lab, they're going to be asked like that on some of the problems. Some of the problems you'll be told find h of 2.7. Some of them, they won't say it like that. You have to know that's what it means. So I want to find f of 3.2. So after 3.2 hours, I want to find out what battery percent is remaining. So that's negative 0.2 times 3.2 plus 1. And then on your calculator, let's see what that is. That's 0.4? Is that right?
I got 0.36.
Oh, 0.36? Okay, 0.36, is that correct?
Yes.
All right, now remember, you got to remember what the question is. You're told that f of x represents the percent of battery life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 0.36 as a percent is what though?
36%.
36%. Okay, so after 3.2 hours, there is about 36% battery life remaining. Okay, that's what that means. So no, it's not 0.36%. It's because remember in the previous course, You learned how to convert a decimal to a percent. You move the decimal point 2 places to the right. So 0.36 is 36%. And then finally, number 5. So number 5, the yearly cost of tuition and required fees for attending a public 2-year college full-time can be estimated by this linear equation. So we'll go ahead and write the linear equation. It is f of x equal 53.6x plus 1029.34, where x is a number of years after 2009,
So it'd be 9.
and f of x is the total cost. Now remember, f of x means the same thing as what letter? Y. So you want to find the cost, you want to find y, for attending 2-year college in 2018. So what are you going to plug in for x here? 2018?
No.
No, that's not what that says. That says x is the number of years after what?
2000.
2009. Well, 2018 minus 2009 is what? 9. So you got to find f of what? 9. So f of 9, so you can say 53.6 times 9 plus 1029.34. So f of 9, because remember that's the number of years after 9 years is after 2009 is 2018. So 53.6 times 9 plus 1029.34, 1511.74.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you would say in 2018, the cost is what?
1511.74.
All right, $1,511.74. Okay. All right. So use those 5 problems when doing My Math Lab for section 10.6. So when you do 10.6, there are 2 sections. When you do in 10.6, it's in one of those sections, these problems. Okay? All right, that takes care of section 10.6. So I'm going to assign that section, and it will be due probably about a week and a half from now.